Hello, everyone, and welcome to an incredibly spooky episode. It's Halloween sometime around the release of this, and that was me. That was Patrick. Nothing to be afraid of. That was just thought I might try and spook you there. No, I was spooked. It's
gosh, Patrick, you got me.
I was wondering who the fifth person in the call was.
Yeah. Anyways, we're here, and we thought that we would try and bring out some particularly spooky decks. So this is what we're calling the Graveyard Smash. So all of our decks that are being played this week are based on the Graveyard, which, as you know, is no one's favorite zone in the show. So we thought that we would give it, some really well needed love here in the Graveyard. And so we tried to pick some commanders that were relatively spooky. So we actually have, I guess I'll run down here who we have. We have both Alexes. We have Alex and then not you. I said Alex. Yeah, so we already have kind of a spooky stunt double thing going on over here. But we have
said both Alex.
We have Alex's and we have Shinkari. Whichever. And they're both playing zombie decks, true to their long battle over which one of them is going to have rights over being called Alex. And then Matt and myself, we picked Graveyard decks, but we didn't actually bring anything that spooky because I have a defenseless old man who's never done anything wrong, and Matt brought just a cosplayer, really, from Guilds of Ravnica. So anyways, we're going to run down the list, and everyone's going to talk about their special, completely not mimicked by anyone at the table, brews of their incredibly unique Snowflake Graveyard decks. So Alex, actual Alex, why don't you kick us off here with yours?
Okay.
your spooky deck.
My spooky deck is helmed by the Scarab God. So the Scarab God is one of the gods from Amonkhet, or more specifically Hour of Devastation. And so, as the zombie tribal theme should indicate, he cares about zombies. At the beginning of my upkeep, each opponent loses X life, and I scry X, where X is the number of zombies I control. I also get to make zombies from creatures in the graveyard with the Scarab God, and they can be from anyone's graveyard. And they come back as 4/4 tokens that are copies of whatever I take from your graveyard. And as all of the gods from Hour of Devastation, when he dies, at the beginning of the next end step, he returns to my hand. So he has some built-in protection as well. So the basic idea behind this deck was I wanted to kind of get the most benefit I could out of this first part of the Scarab God, where it cares about the number of zombies I control. And so a lot of this deck is just trying to flood the board with zombie tokens. And as it turns out, zombies are very good for that. And the spooky part probably comes around when I've got, a ton of zombies on the board. They get, maybe +1/+1 or +5/+5 from various sources. Mm-hmm. And maybe just try to overrun everybody else with a horde of zombies.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, the spookiest thing about that card is how fucking long it was dominant in Standard. So I apologize in advance if anyone is particularly offended by this exact thing happening here. Anyways, it's me, Patrick, the host of the show, and I am playing Feldon of the Third Path. Is a deck that I played a couple episodes back, and it is back because it's the only graveyard deck that I have, and the only one that I care to have moving forward. But anyways, Feldon is, of course, a sad old man who is I didn't read the lore. Someone on YouTube is going to tell me. I think it's his wife that died and he's trying to rebuild her, but he keeps failing because you can't do that. It's just robots, man. But anyways, this deck was actually born out of the ashes of my Hazaret deck, which I really liked. It had a very heavy discard theme. And so similar to how Hazaret might play, I am going to be trying to remove as many things from my hand and try to churn through my deck as much as possible and use Feldon's ability to create artifact copies of them. And the interesting thing about Feldon is specifically that sometimes, you might have to make a literal copy of the card, or sometimes you might have to exile a card to bring it back, or whatever. It stays there, and so far anything that stays there, you get to make those artifact versions. Sometimes the fact that it is an artifact has subtext. Red has kind of a destructive love affair with the artifact type. Which is it a super type, Matt? Did we ever figure that out?
No. Artifact is not a super type.
Okay.
It's just a regular old.
It's a type.
I was gonna say Artifact super type, and then YouTube comments were gonna get
You know what? YouTube corrected me, and I appreciate that.
God bless the YouTube comments for always giving us the greatest opinions and the greatest things.
Well, it was factual.
I'm favorite, comment, and subscribe if you're if you comment on the YouTube section.
Let us know in the YouTube
commenter.
comments which YouTube comments are your favorite. Okay, but anyways, so Feldon is relatively cheap, has a cool activated ability, and then the last thing I was going to mention is that there are a number of cards that happen to be artifacts that actually let you double up on activations of that thing. So there's actually a pretty large setup phase for getting to do stuff with Feldon, but once you get there, you can start resurrecting pretty ridiculous creatures at a pretty fast rate. So I'm not going to be flooding the board so much as trying to kind of spike out some really powerful stuff and have that carry me to victory. Matt, you are up next playing one of the newest commanders on the block. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So today I'm playing Lazav the Multifarious, and Lazav the Multifarious.
Can you say Lazav the Multifarious again, and then we'll get some sound effects on it, like a dun dun dun.
Today I'm playing Lazav the Multifarious.
Okay. All right, go for it.
And Lazav is he's not a well-known cosplayer because no one knows who's doing it.
That's true.
But
every time you see a cosplay, it's just Lazav.
Yeah. Lazav, tonight, on this spooky evening, is cosplaying as what happens to also be my favorite anime character, One Punch Man. My plan tonight is to put some pretty key cards in the graveyard, and then let Lazav put on some costumes and kill opponents in one swing through commander damage, infect, or other various BS.
Yeah. Multifarious BS. Ooh. I don't know why I thought this, but this card is a lot better because it doesn't change back. Like, it only changes between things when you want it to. It's not like until end of turn.
Lazav does not need to do laundry until he's ready to do his next cosplay.
That's true. Until he's until he needs to take out the laundry. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Shinkari, you are our last person. You are playing another deck that doesn't look anything like anyone else's deck.
Yes.
Tell us about it. Tell me what you got.
Yeah, so today I'm going to be playing Gisa and Geralf. Ooh, they are my two idiot children, and they
are idiot children.
They literally. Okay, so some of the lore behind these two characters in the original Innistrad is that they kept sending messages back and forth to each other, basically hate mail. Attached to their little ghouls. They would like even attack each other. Like Gisa and Geralf were in like two separate places and be like, I'm going to make a bunch of zombies and attack my sister. Or I'm going to raise a bunch of zombies and attack my brother. And the two of them just fought over and over again about who was the better necromancer. And so now, when the little minor villain named Emrakul showed up to their plane,
the darn tentacles showed up again.
They're like, these fiends are slightly less tolerable than you. A sentiment that warms my heart, sister.
That flavor text brought to you by Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wizards of the Coast.
Great.
Yeah.
For supplying that
Gisa,
hashtag sponsored hashtag ad. Anyway, I'm sorry, I can't. Just go.
So what I'm going to be doing is more strategically putting stuff into my graveyard. There's not a whole lot of self-milling in here, but there is a good amount. I want to be putting zombie creatures into play. There's a good amount of zombie tokens, but most of these want to be zombie creatures with sweet effects and cool sacrifice outlets. It's going to be a good zombie time.
It's interesting that you say that because I've never ever seen a cool sacrifice outlet. It's not now, not never. Anyways,
Scarizard.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move into the game.
Yeah.
Alex, you have won the die roll off screen, the invisible die roll as it is known, and
the spooky die roll.
Yeah.
On our D666.
Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and I'll do the roll right here. What? Where did they go? Okay.
Who won?
Anyways, you won. That's
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll kick this off then.
All right.
Okay. a very spooky swamp to start off the evening.
Oh shit! Yeah, it is.
It even has a skull on it.
It is the spookiest land type. Absolutely.
Don't pass.
Okay, and I'm going to play a Flamekin Village tapped. Untapped if I reveal an elemental, but I don't have it. The real reason it's here is because I can pay red mana and give a creature haste. Matt, go for it. Don't forget to draw.
Who said that?
I didn't.
Who's there?
I certainly.
So I also will play a spooky swamp.
Oh, we should also maybe talk about your hand before anyone. Just if you want to give a brief wrap up.
Well, what do you mean? There's 7 cards right now, and it's normal.
Right. Yeah. So Matt fucking dislocated his finger hours before we were going to do the shoot.
And broke it.
Yeah. And broke it.
It's all messed up.
It's all hecked up. So, no, we were just like, are you sure? Do you want to record? He's like, oh,
I really like magic.
yeah, I get that. I have never understood that more than today when he was like, he's like, well, it'll still be about the same time we were going to do it. I'm just going to go check into urgent care. It's not that far away. And I'm like, your finger is fucking broken. And he's like, I'll be able to make it. So there it is. If this one...
True dedication.
Jesus.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, I'm really excited about this deck. This is like I don't know. It's sort of a novelty. The idea of taking one player out at a time, sort of just like, in all the horror movies when the killer comes and gets on, and then like there's one left, and how are they going to do it? I don't know.
I think
I'm extremely into it. So I was just like, as soon as it happened,
that's true.
The first thing I was just like, man, can I just fix this myself? Because I thought it was just like...
All right. Well, fucking
anyway,
Christ.
So I can't, obviously.
Yeah. Thank
Thank you to medical professionals. Shout outs to all of you. And not to Google, which told me I could do it by myself.
Yeah, thank God. And honestly, great job on you for not listening to Google.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I drew a good card off the top.
Oh, no.
Is it?
Oh.
Hey!
All right. Well, the command zone says that you're going to lose this game now.
Uh-oh.
I know. Well, and they're probably right. Because I already told you that I'm planning to kill you all one by one.
Yeah.
So, I'll play Demir's.
To be fair, that is exactly how the villain would do it. Is literally just tell us all in a monologue that you were going to kill us.
So the rest of us should split up to explore the game. And,
you guys. I'll take the bottom right screen. Alex,
man. Every time we get split up, me and Scoob run into the monster. Every time.
It's actually really funny because you are directly above him on the screen, so you're gonna. Speaking of, anyways,
I know that a disciplined commander player would not do this because apparently this is significantly bad, but I only saw stats on playing this turn 1, but not this.
I see. Yeah, the Dimir signal probably makes it back. Okay. Well, it's turn 1, y'all. This is gonna be a long and spooky episode.
Yeah.
Where's my Vandal Blast? Yeah. Where's my?
Don't you?
Oh, I have it in this deck, baby. Don't you worry.
All right, untap, upkeep, and draw. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play a spooky land and play a spooky zombie.
Oh, hey, Crypt Breaker. First
it's breaking out of the crypt.
Game, really.
For 2 mana and tap, I discard a card and put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. And I tap 3 untap zombies I control. I can draw a card and lose a life.
play an island. And not as spooky as a swamp, unfortunately.
It's okay. But it could be like a haunted island. Like, what's on that island? Who knows?
It's a Ravnica island, so, Lazav is there.
The Orzhov are there, yeah.
If you
Lazav could be
super
here.
far, you'll find it. Yeah. Someone just play Rooftop Storm and kill us already. This is...
that costs 6 mana, unfortunately. So, yeah, right. And then I'm going to play an Izumi Grave Robber. So this is one of the flip cards from Kamigawa.
Yeah.
For one
actual flip card.
Right, not transform. So for 1 and a black, I can exile target card from an opponent's graveyard, and then if there are no more cards in that graveyard, I flip Izumi Grave Robber, who would then become Night Eyes the Desecrator, and for 4 and a black, I can put target creature card from any graveyard onto the battlefield under my control.
Oh,
that's extremely messed up.
Yeah, well, that is the one thing that scares all of us this Hallows Eve is graveyard hate. Please don't do it.
And then I'm going to pass the turn after that.
All right. Well, I'm going to play a mountain, and I'm going to play a spooky fire diamond that just comes into play tapped and adds red mana. And I will pass to you, Matt.
Okay, I'm going to very slowly untap.
Yeah, just will it to happen. All eyes are on you, buddy, with that amount of mana.
Yeah.
You gotta your commander's really expensive, so I understand.
Yeah, a whole two mana. Yeah. I don't really like the fact that you can pretty cheaply just like get single cards out of the graveyard.
Yeah, that's fair.
Out of my graveyard. That's problematic to me because like this deck pretty much just puts single cards in the graveyard.
What I don't understand the issue.
I'm sure you don't. So I'm just gonna. I guess I'll play Lazav the Multifarious.
Ooh.
Okay.
There he is.
Lazav says when they enter the battlefield, surveil 1. So surveil is a new mechanic from Guilds of Ravnica. It's like one of my favorite mechanics. You get to look at the top card of your library and choose if it stays on the top or if it goes into your graveyard. So it's free real estate. I'm gonna do that. Sorry, tell me how that ability works. It's important.
So it's for 1 and a black. So I'm tapped out, so I can't use it right now. Exile target card from an opponent's graveyard.
Yeah.
If no cards are in that graveyard, flip Nezumi Grave Robber.
Okay, and then
the other side is for 5 mana. I can reanimate anything from any yard.
Got it. I would love to put this in my graveyard. I just don't think I can actually afford to.
Yeah, because it would flip pretty immediately, right? It's like if you're gonna dump stuff in your graveyard, we have to do it at more than 1 at a time while that's out.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to be faster than that.
Yeah, so I guess I will keep that on top. And I'm gonna pay 2. There's a colorless floating to play Looter Ilkor. It's a 1/1 with Shadow, which means it can't block or be blocked by creatures that don't have Shadow. And whenever it deals damage to an opponent, I draw a card and then discard a card.
What's that in the shadows? It's value. That's what it is.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play an island. I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to play a Shepherd of Rot. It's a 2-mana 1/1. It's a zombie cleric. Each player loses 1 life for each zombie in play.
There's going to be a lot of zombies on this board.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I can find my Shepherd of Rot soon.
Yeah, you guys can just shepherd straight to hell.
Pass the turn.
So I'm gonna play one of my favorite weird cards from Innistrad.
Okay, here we go.
Cellar Door. So Cellar Door is an artifact, and for 3 and tapping it, target player puts the bottom card of his or her library into his or her graveyard, and if it's a creature card, I get a 2/2 black zombie creature token.
So now what you're saying is that if we don't all fill our graveyards right now, you're going to flip.
I don't know. I mean,
holy shit. Okay. Am I getting attacked? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, pretty much, because I'm not blocking anything with the 2/1.
All right, so
I'll attack you for 2.
I've been stabbed by a rat, and I go to 38.
That dirty rat.
Is
yeah, and then I'm done.
I'm going to tap this Fire Diamond, and I'm going to play Faithless Looting, so I'm going to put shit in my graveyard, and that is more.
Oh, no, 2 cards?
Yeah,
no.
if you're
Pat,
3.
that's very brave.
Yeah, well, there's 3 of them. I don't think you can get rid of all 3 in time to flip.
No, I'm just saying I think it's a brave effort.
Okay,
Thank you.
So I'm going to draw 2 cards, and then I'm going to discard 2. And one of them that I'm going to discard will be Anger. As long, I mean, I'm playing mono red, y'all. I just got to go for it. I don't have.
Yeah. Come on.
We don't have any tricks here. As long as Anger is in my graveyard and I control a mountain, creatures that I control have haste. That's going to be the first thing I discard. And now I'm going to discard this no matter what. But I am going to make it clear to you, Alex, that I think you got a lot of heat on you right now.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are maybe eyeing that Nezumi, whatever the fuck. And they really want to try to stop what you're doing. I don't want to stop what you're doing. Do I want you to...
I like the sound of that.
Do I want you to animate all of my cards? Not particularly. But do I want to animate my cards and attack people who want to junk up your plan? Probably. So I'm going to put...
Okay.
Regardless, it'll be fun. I'll put Combustible Gear Hulk into the graveyard. That's mine. That's what I'm going to put in there. Combustible Gear Hulk and Anchor. We didn't come here to not do this. So I'm going to then immediately flashback Faithless Looting. I'm going to spend 4 mana to do this.
That seems fine. I mean, that seems like a very appropriate rate.
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
I will draw...
Draw 4, fuel your own strategy. Seems good.
And then I'm going to put Combat Celebrant into the graveyard. So Combat Celebrant... and Combat Celebrant says that if it hasn't been exerted this turn, I may exert it as attacks exerting means that it doesn't untap in the next untap step. And when I do untap all other creatures you control, and after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So you can kind of kill some people out of nowhere. But it also untaps all other creatures. So it combos with Feldon. You can kind of untap it. You can get more value off ETB triggers and stuff like that. Now I have to discard another card, and it's a pretty difficult one, gang. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of Forgotten Cave, and I'll hope that is the right call. And I will pass to you, Matt.
Okay, so I'm going to untap. So I'm going to cast Fact or Fiction.
Ooh.
And
Fiction.
I will... 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
I will target... I'll target you, Shinkari.
Yeah.
So what this does is I reveal the top 5 cards in my library, and then the person I target, so that'll be Shinkari, separates those cards into 2 piles, and then I get to choose which pile goes into my hand and which goes in the graveyard.
Okay.
So I'm going to reveal Phage the Untouchable.
Oh.
Mirror Mad Phantasm, Hatred, and a Polluted Delta. So tell me about these piles.
So I would like to put... You see, my problem is... Okay, so I'm going to put Phage and Solemn Simulacrum in the same pile. Okay, I'm going to put Polluted Delta with the Solemn Simulacrum and Phage. And those are my piles.
These are your 2 piles.
Yes.
So may I weigh in here, Shinkari, or would you prefer not to?
So the reason I made these piles is that it seems like he wants Phage into the graveyard.
Yes.
And he also seems to only have 2 lands. So by giving him his mana ramp with the card he wants in his graveyard, he's more likely to pick.
So the only thing from my particular peanut gallery here is that it sounds like by putting Hatred in the hand and Phage in the graveyard, that's exactly what this deck would like. And as we know that it's going to try to kill us in one shot, I think saying
Hatred is very good for that.
I think saying, hey, here's the card that can kill us in one shot in the zone you want it, and here's the card that can kill us in one shot in the zone that you want it, seems a little concerning to me. But beyond that, I mean, I agree, it's all spooky, but we're all playing some fucked up cards here. I'm not gonna say
so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take Hatred and swap it for Polluted Delta.
So these are your 2 piles.
Yes.
Okay. I'm pretty happy to take this pile, and I'll put these in the graveyard.
Okay.
And that was my upkeep step. So now I'm going to draw.
Yeah.
Good old Fact or Fiction.
I'm going to move to my combat step, which I know and love.
Yes.
I will attack. I guess it doesn't matter. Pat's already at 38. Not that 2 life matters. So I will attack Shinkari. Actually, no.
Okay.
Shinkari, you're getting off on this one because I think that you gave me some good piles. So Alex, here I come with this 1/1. And also Lazav.
Okay, I'm taking 2.
Yeah. And I'm not going to do any shenanigans in combat. So you have 1 Lazav damage, 1 cosplay damage.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to die from that commander with 1 power.
Yeah, exactly.
No way. Certainly no way.
Having 1 Lazav damage won't be relevant at any point in the game.
Nope. I'm going to trigger the ability triggers on Looter Ilkor because it deals damage. So I'm going to draw a card and discard a card. So I will draw that card and... Yeah, I'll do what we all expect. I'll put Phage back in the...
Let's not reinvent the wheel here. You're here to do
And then I notice, Pat, that everyone here has swamps except for you, so I'd like to give you swamps with herbal.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, just so we're all on the same page.
The islands just got spookier.
And that's all I got.
Yeah, these mountains just got gross as fuck. They just got... these pristine, beautiful mountains just got real swampy.
Upkeep draw. I'm going to play a Terramorphic Expanse, which I would normally crack, but now it's a swamp, so...
That is true.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Pass a turn.
Okay.
Ooh, spooky land. Spooky untapped land.
Take a drink anytime someone does the old-timey spooky voice. Yeah, there you go. I mean, what's spookier than harming your liver with the choices that you make today? Think about it.
That's unfortunate. Okay, and now that Lazav can attack with a Hatred in hand, and there's 5 in over there, I have to keep a blocker back, so I am going to pass the turn.
That's true. I straight up don't want to die. That is spooky.
Well, then let's start making some deals.
So I was just going to do kind of a whole bunch of nothing this turn. I guess I am planning on playing a commander which is a blocker technically. But I mean, I have no quarrel with you, sir. Except for, of course, the eventual quarrel that must consume us all.
Right, exactly. I only have quarrel if I'm about to die.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm just going to keep doing my own thing, which is my own just normal shit. And I'm going to attempt to cast Gilded Lotus. Cool. Thank you. So yeah, Gilded Lotus adds 3 mana of any one color. I'm going to make it choose red. For the most part.
Wow.
And then I'm going to tap that, and I'm going to attempt to play Sculpting Steel, which comes into play, and I can choose an artifact. And if I do, it comes into play as a copy of that artifact. I'm going to choose Gilded Lotus. So
Dimir Signet is pretty good.
No, I'm good.
This one taps for blue and black on its own.
You know why you're on Cellar Door?
Yeah, Cellar Door is also pretty good.
I wish we lived in a world where I was a brave enough person to play a Cellar Door, but instead, I'm going to tap 3, and I'm just going to play my own Feldon of the Third Path.
Yeah,
and
that's
it.
It's a lot of mana you got over
there. I do have. I'll be fair. 3 cards for right now, and it does have haste, but I don't want to attack anybody because if Matt is feeling particularly hateful, someone's gonna die. I don't
particularly hateful.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna pass to you, Matt.
It's my turn already.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, there was land nothing, and then...
Sorry, it got so confused because I did the thing in my upkeep, and that was weird, and it felt like very strange. So, okay, I'm going to untap.
As if you woke up from a dream. Was it all real?
So everyone's got blockers back, and that's smart.
Well, also, it's like... I was going to say, I don't know how possible it is that you're willing to just headbutt someone out of the game if it means you'll immediately die on board to Shepherd of Rot. How does a Nezumi Gravefucker interact with Phage and Lazav?
Fucker.
I'm sorry.
I'm just going to... We're trying out different names each time because it's a Kamigawa card and I'm never going to remember.
If this gets reanimated by literally anybody, that person dies.
Right.
Totally.
However, for me to get to the point where I could reanimate it, I would first have to exile.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. No. I mean, if Lazav targets a thing to transform into it, and then
no, it doesn't become it.
So. And then
right, okay. I can remove the target.
I see. And it doesn't continue to go through no matter what. So as long as you have mana open, that certain level of shenanigans is going to be stopped.
I am keeping things sane on this board.
That's okay.
So I need to draw more cards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Turn 4, everybody.
Y'all don't quite have. Well, I'm land screwed, everybody. I have to do it.
Oh yeah. This is why the Soul Ring has the low win rate because people keep land screwed.
Well, it wasn't in my opening hand. I literally drew it off the top. Yeah. So.
Don't say land screw too loud. I'm getting flashbacks.
Sorry. Oh man, yeah. I'm sorry about that. So no one has a creature with shadow.
No.
Cool.
I can't say that we do.
I want to make sure because I'd love to not punt and have YouTube tell me about it. So, Alex, because of your ability to stop me, I'm going to attack you for 1.
It's not a Lazav in disguise yet, so I'm fine.
No, it's actually just a good old core rogue.
Oh yeah.
Does that deal its damage?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and I'm going to draw and discard. I'll discard Grimgrin Corpse Ward.
Oh, right. Okay.
There are 3 Grimgrins in this table.
Pass the turn.
Yeah, Grimgrin's another one of those cards I never want to read because it's just... I just know it combos and kills me. That's what I need to know. Yeah. Someone else...
It's got a lot of lines of text that say, oops, dead.
Yeah. Oopsies, ouchie.
Yeah.
I'm going to activate Crypt Breaker. I'm going to discard a card, and I'm going to discard...
We can see your hand.
Oh, you can. Okay. I'm going to discard a Mikaeus the Unhallowed.
Whew, nice.
That card's good. That's like a $30 card.
And I'm going to make a 2/2 zombie. And then I'm going to tap Shepherd of Rot. And everybody is going to lose 3 life unless there's another zombie.
Nope.
I think there are only the 3.
So is it everyone or just up?
It's everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, you lose 3 life too?
Many zombie players out there have died to their own Shepherds of Rot.
Then I'm also going to crack this Terramorphic Expanse. It looks like you and I, Matt, are in a similar situation.
Land screwed?
Yeah.
I didn't get to play a land last turn either.
I don't know what that feels like.
I'm gonna just activate Crypt Breaker on my main phase. Oh. So I'm gonna draw a card and lose a life.
Okay.
Oh, and we're still not there, are we? Well, I'm gonna do the thing I tried to do last turn, and that's gonna play Pillar of Origins.
What the hell?
Naming dinosaur.
So Pillar of Origins
That's awesome. I love it.
is a mana rock from Ixalan. It says, as Pillar of Origins enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, and then add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, and spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type.
Okay.
So I'm going to name Zombie.
I see.
Surprise.
Pass a turn.
End of your turn. We're gonna. There's gonna be some knocking on a cellar door.
We're not gonna try to exile Phage.
I'm gonna keep that as an option, and I might use it as a bargaining chip with Matt in the future.
Sorry, Phage is untouchable?
Nizumi Grave Robber can touch what he wants.
Whoa. Yikes.
Nizumi Grave Robber has no concept of boundaries.
Yeah. He's Robin Graves.
It's a real problem. We've tried to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna knock on the bottom of my library and see what this is. Oh my god!
Hey, right on time.
Oh god!
Well, there was a soul ring on the bottom of my library.
Oh no! Someone just put literally Alex in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Wow. Well, there it is.
Oh, and I'll take my turn.
Oh, I'm gonna drop.
Ooh. Okay, I do have a land.
Yeah, I really don't like the amount of card draw that's happening.
Yeah, I unfortunately do not have an answer yet for that.
So I have an answer to it, but it would require you working together with me. And by that I mean,
in what way?
Well, okay. So let's see. What I mean, what are you intending to do right now?
I was going to play a card that does nothing right now, and then pass the turn with mana available for 1 Nizumi Grave Robber.
Okay, I was going to say playing cards that do nothing right now sounds like it's kind of your MO. So I was like, oh my god. So I was like, all right, and then then no. So what I'm saying is, I think I have enough mana to deal with the Sphinx, but I would also like to activate my Feldon.
I'm pretty sure I have no problem with you animating anything in your graveyard as long as I'm not going to die because of it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean you're A-okay.
Yeah, so yeah, we can that
cool.
That sounds
as long
good
as
to
that
me.
works for you, it works for me.
I'm gonna take this chance to play an Oversold Cemetery.
Ooh.
So Oversold Cemetery is a 2-mana enchantment, and at the beginning of my upkeep, if I have 4 or more creature cards in my graveyard, I can return target creature card from my graveyard to my hand. So just cycle some stuff that might end up in the graveyard through cellar doors or whatnot, and I will pass the turn with a blocker still available.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to my untap step. Then I'm going to go to my upkeep, which is not my draw step. And I'm going to tap 8 mana.
Whoa.
And,
a lot.
All right.
And I'm going to Comet Storm
Yes.
Consecrated Sphinx.
What does Comet Storm do?
Choose target creature or player, then another for each time it was kicked. It has multi-kicker. I'm not doing that.
Right.
Just deals X damage to each of the things. So I'm literally just dealing 6 damage to your Consecrated Sphinx so you don't draw on my draw step.
Cool. Force of Will pitching. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you got it.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm not that kind of blue deck.
All right. I will draw my card.
That's the spookiest counter spell.
Draw my card knowing that no one else is going to draw. Shinkari.
Hello.
Can I maybe ask you for a favor?
Okay.
So here I'm going to put it out there what my plan is, and then I would like some honesty out of you in terms of what your plan is.
All right.
So I would like to Combustible Gear Hulk out of my graveyard, but I also don't want to die to hatred. Is the thing, which I think we all would agree. Dying to hatred would suck.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone's dying to hatred, it's me. So
Well,
What?
is that? Are you sure?
You sure?
Who are you?
Is that true?
yes.
What have you done to harm him? I'm just.
What do you mean? I have no blockers.
Well, but yes, this plan would also make me have no blockers as well. I'd be joining you at the no blockers club.
All right.
But you surviving would mean that you'd have a Shepherd of Rot to immediately punish Matt for his crimes and just make it an Alex off between your mirror decks.
You're right. All right. So you want Combustible Gear Hulk?
You know what? This was all kind of fruitless anyways because I realized I could do it at instant speed, so suck it. I have played this deck once, and it was the first time that we recorded with it. So,
But it would have haste. You could attack.
I
with it
know
if
that's
you
the
did it
thing.
now.
I would love to in the future when I don't have to spend 8 mana on my upkeep do that. But for now, I actually can't commit to that. So I will just pass the turn, and it'll be as if I never said any of that stuff at all.
Got it.
Yeah.
What
I wasn't
Combustible
listening.
Gear Hulk?
Good.
I never listen in my opponent's end step.
Great.
Because that's rude.
Thank you.
So I'm in my upkeep.
They never do anything important.
I'll politely knock on the door and ask if we can enter your turn, so as we're not, so that we're here when you're ready, when you're presentable.
Wow, that's just too nice. Okay, so I'm gonna draw. I will play a Flooded Strand. It's a fetch land, and
Hooray!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna crack this and go to 36 life.
Okay.
I'm gonna go fetch, and this is gonna take me a sec.
Yeah.
So, Cameron, I'm sorry.
Understandable.
I am ready to do some game.
Okay, there we go. Let's go,
Okay.
baby.
Okay, cool.
So,
And
I'm gonna
back.
cast Spellskite.
Ooh, Spellskite is interesting.
Yeah, it's a 0/4 horror. And it has an ability for a Phyrexian blue mana, which is a blue mana or 2 life. I can change a target of a target spell or ability to Spellskite. So I mean, like, here's the thing. Yeah, I could Hatred somebody, but Hatred would cost me a lot of life points.
And what has Hatred really gotten the world at large, right? Don't we need a lot of healing?
Not much, that's for sure. I'm with you. So I actually think I'm going to do some different stuff.
Give the creature lifelink and then Hatred.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Alex,
Yes.
you had mentioned a bargaining chip.
Yes. I'm willing to hear.
What are the odds? What are the odds if Lazav swings at, I don't know, someone else? You don't actually get rid of Phage.
Man, I mean, if it's not swinging at me, I'm not particularly inclined to care that much.
Got it.
Do you have enough mana to make it Phage with the Soul Ring tapped?
I have some things in my hand.
Okay, all right. Just got some cards.
He's drawn quite a few. He's drawn quite a few cards.
What I actually wish I could do is somehow discard a card now, because what I'm realizing is that Phage the Untouchable, well, she's just not probably going to do it because there's a blocker up.
Yep.
So I guess instead of...
So you're saying you were going to kill me, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So instead of doing the One Punch Man cosplay, where like he deals one punch and that's it, I'm going to do the part where he deals consecutive normal punches. And so Alex, let's see, what's the stats on your creature?
It's a 2/1.
So I guess I'll attack Pat with Luteral Core and Shinkari with Lazav.
All right,
All right.
No,
spreading the love. Do you have any effects on Luteral Core?
Do I?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could cast Hatred on that, right? Like,
I absolutely can. Yeah, I sure could. But I wouldn't like to do that.
Right. I'm just
so.
You understand? I must ask. You've joined the One Lazav Club.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
welcome.
so I'm going to draw a card and discard a card from Luteral Core, dealing combat damage. I would like to discard Blighted Agent.
Yep. So you're thinking you might want to start using that Nizumi?
Yeah. Now there are multiple targets of. Yeah.
I mean, you could, but that'd be kind of messed up, don't you think?
Well, is it more messed up than Blighted
particularly.
Agent? Is it more messed up than Phage?
I will. I can't fucking pick up this card. I'm casting Talisman of Dominance.
All right, it's here.
Okay. All right. Great.
It's a minute.
I'm gonna tap 2 more, and this deck really rocks. I'll play a Mind Stone. For my next trick, I'll just put this on the board. I'll play a Lab Man.
There he is.
And well, y'all, I said.
Oh, wait. So there's a Mirror Mad Phantasm in your graveyard, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes, there is. Yeah.
And so Lazav becoming a copy. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So this is. Yeah. I'm presenting an on kill board or on. Look.
Yes.
This guy become this guy. Do the thing. This wins. So.
There's no Mirror Mad Phantasm in your deck. Yeah.
So for the viewers at home, what Alex is astutely noting is that I can copy Mirror Mad Phantasm with Lazav and then activate its ability, which says to shuffle this in and then find a card named Mirror Mad Phantasm. When I shuffle this card in, I just put it in the command zone. Or I even can shuffle it in and it doesn't matter because there's no card named Mirror Mad Phantasm because it's changed zones, so it becomes Lazav the Multifarious again. So I mill my entire deck, and then when I go to draw a card, Laboratory Maniac says I win the game. So I'm saying to the board, this is a way you should stop me.
So you're saying to me, I now have a target that I have to Nezumi Grave Robber.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Hey, question for the other players on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and just really whisper because I don't want Matt to hear. But can one of you kill Spellskite? Can one of you do that?
Is someone saying something? What? Must be those voices in my head.
No, I cannot kill Spellskite at the moment.
I can do something on my turn.
Okay.
However, note that if Spellskite goes to the graveyard and I can't Nezumi Grave Robber it, he can always copy it and continue to Spellskite.
Yeah.
Is it my turn then?
I'm passing for sure.
Right. Tap.
God, I keep looking at Alex's Soul Ring, and it's so sad because it looks like it's in play, but it's very much not. Like,
no, it's not.
It's just a reminder.
I'm so sad. Right on time would have been the last card of my deck.
And similar to Nezumi Grave Robber, I'm going to play a graveyard hate card, and that is Withered Wretch.
Even more efficient.
Yes. So Withered Wretch is a 2-mana 2/2 zombie cleric, and for one colorless, or one generic mana, I can remove target card in a graveyard from the game.
Okay, well,
how much power and toughness does that guy have?
Is a 2/2.
Excellent.
Okay, so in response to the cast of that, just because I don't know that you will, but maybe you will, I figure I'm past the hatred turn, and God bless Alex if he can randomly kill me. I'll just go ahead and, even though it's not really here, I will make an artifact copy of Combustible Gearhulk that comes into play.
Wow, it's an artifact now.
Yeah, wow, an artifact creature construct.
Yeah, it is actually.
And I'm going to target Matt. With this one.
So I know I get to make a choice, but I know it's not a very good one.
Right. So either I am going to draw 3 cards, or I'm going to take those 3 cards and put them into my graveyard, and you will take the total of their converted mana cost to your face.
Okay, so how many cards are currently in your hand?
Currently in my hand is 3.
Pat, if I know something about playing Commander with you, it's that your favorite cards exist with CMC 6+.
Yeah. It's very true.
Yeah. Like, I watched all that stuff you did with whatever that card is that, Eureka.
Sorin, Grim Nemesis. Yes, I know.
So I'd like you to just Ancestral Recall, actually. Draw good. 3 cards.
Thank you.
That seems fine with me.
I'm going to tell you're very happy that you did that.
Look, it's not frequent that I'm like sure I made the right decision to tell an opponent to Ancestral Recall, but I'm pretty confident this is one of those situations.
Okay. All right. So then that happens. Your thing is in play now, Shinkari.
I'll pass the turn.
End of your turn. I am going to Nezumi Grave Robber away the Mirror Match Phantasm.
Oh, bummer.
Surprise to all.
What are the odds?
Okay.
A 1 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thanks.
6, 7.
I'm
8.
so done with it. Just take your turn, Jesus.
Yeah.
So we know who's dying first now.
Yeah. No. All I did was made a goof. Come on.
It's the last goof you'll ever make.
Hey, listen, it was a good goof.
Okay. Man, now that there's someone else with a graveyard hate card at the table, I'm wondering if I can let the shields down for a turn.
So I'm going to give you a little preview what might happen on my turn.
A little preview of the remix.
Yeah. So all these creatures, they're not going to be here.
All these creatures.
All of them, every one of them is not going to be here. Yes. So if you would if either of you would like to get your hits in terms of exiling things out of graveyards, you got to do it sooner than later.
Okay.
Right. I think I'm incentivized to just pass because I did not get to draw my 5th land. So yeah, go ahead.
Sounds well, and that does not sound good. I got to be honest. I don't like it when my.
I think there are multiple of us at this table that have missed land drops. It is.
Yeah.
On Friendetta, that's what we call the classic Lord Windgrace.
Are you for real?
Pulling a quick lands matter.
That's a Friendetta X reference, everybody.
Wow. Go watch that video.
Like, comment, subscribe.
So I have 12 mana available. That's a lot, huh?
Oh my god.
That is a lot.
That is 3 times as much mana as I have access to.
So I'm going to tap 6, and I'm going to place onto the stack Warstorm Surge. Warstorm Surge says, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fun.
Okay, so
I'm not happy about it.
We're all good on that. Don't worry, we're not gonna do anything that fucked up. We're gonna be okay. We're all gonna be okay.
Don't believe you.
Well,
Yeah.
So currently, if I get anything, it's Spellskite is just gonna take it.
I mean, maybe.
Well, I'm sorry, assuming that I was going to dome Matt, but I feel like I have to because Matt's told me that he wants to kill me multiple times and is presenting
Well, I know. I have literally, you act like you're the only one I've said I want to kill. I want to kill everybody.
Well, I know, but the order is really what concerns me.
You're not special, Patrick.
Oh, shit.
Well, now that there's two other people with some like real solid answers to my whole strategy, I don't know that you're top on the list there, bud.
Okay. Well, hopefully we're going to reset everything and then that'll be good. So I'm gonna try to make a copy of Combustible Gear Hulk, and I'm gonna target Matt with that.
Rules question: doesn't Feldon exile the card?
No. It makes a token copy of it. So technically, it's not even here. It's just easier to represent.
I just thought it was like the Gyrus, like exile the card and then make a token copy.
This card is back when they were making these effects powerful.
Yeah. Okay. So how many cards in your hand now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Warstorm Surge is going to go onto the stack as well.
Yeah, so the Warstorm trigger goes off first, technically.
Yeah, it does. So I'm going to target your face.
Well, I'll pay 2 life instead.
Okay.
You should be able to order those triggers however you want.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Well. So either way,
how would you like to order?
I'll let you kill the Spellskite for me.
Hey, you did it, not me.
Well, actually, you did.
Don't put this murder on me.
And you paid for it. Okay.
Yeah.
And now Combustible Gear Hulk is going to happen. Whether or not I get to draw 3 or mill 3 and see what happens.
I think you should draw 3, and the reason why is because now we're all up to snuff with the whole. Watch out, everybody! Matt's drawn 6 cards with the Sphinx. Now look what's happened, everybody.
Yeah.
Pat also has drawn 6 additional cards, and if you don't think that's fucked up.
So the two mana screwed guys over here are on removing things from graveyard duty.
Look,
while the two people with mana.
I'm on 4 lands as well.
Well, look, we're going to move into a new phase of the game, for better or worse, right now.
Chapter 2.
And I'm just going to play Blasphemous Act for 1 mana.
Cool.
Okay, so
now that
wait, how many creatures need to be out for that to cost 1?
1, 2, 8. So there's 1, 2. There's 3 on Matt's board. There's 4 on yours, and there's 1 on.
Okay. I was just double checking mana costs.
Good to go.
So in response to Blasphemous Act, I would like to first exile Phage.
You sure?
And then second,
are you sure you want to do that?
I would like. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Second, I would like to exile Combustible Gear Hulk.
I am going to go ahead and do my duty of exiling Blighted Agent and what other. Patrick, what's in your graveyard still?
Anger and Combat Celebrant.
And what do you still have over there, Matt?
I have Grimgrin, Consecrated Sphinx, and Spellskite.
Oh,
I have Micaeus the Unhallowed.
Micaeus is somehow,
so
I think, the least bad.
I don't know.
I'm just informing on what is in my graveyard.
I don't think it's the number 1 bad, I guess I should say, which feels like it's weird for that. Unless he goes for it.
The thing is, I do have a deep-set hatred for Consecrated Sphinx, so I think that's also going to have to get out of here.
Cool. That makes sense to me.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm done with my effects.
I would also like to draw one card and lose a life, and then make everyone lose 4 life.
Well, now we're all at the same life total, so this is great. All right, so Feldon is dead. All this stuff is dead.
I'm gonna put Lazav in the command zone.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna and I feel like we've just had kind of a big, turning the first corner of this game's narrative arc, and I'd like to contribute to the rebuilding of the next part. So I'm going to.
Oh, are we wheeling?
I'm going to suspend Wheel of Fate.
That's right. You only had 2 mana built.
Yeah. So, I'm never going to cast Wheel of Fortune unless I can use those cards immediately. But so Wheel of Fate is a suspend card. So it comes into play with 4 suspend counters, and on each upkeep, I'm going to take 1 off. And then when the last one happens, the effect is going to happen, which is the much coveted Wheel of Fortune effect, where each player discards 7 or discards their hand and then draws 7, which obviously is very relevant in this game where we want to fill up our graveyards.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right, and I will pass to Matt.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens. Someone's going to be like, why didn't you attack with the combustible Gearhulk token? And you know what, YouTube commenter? I fucking forgot. There it is. I was so caught up in doing the thing.
I didn't put your soul ring on the bottom. Just
that's true. You did,
and I would never wish that upon you.
just the fact that I got to see that it was on the bottom.
That's great.
Yeah. So painful.
So, yeah, I'll cast Lazav.
Okay.
From my commands load. Ow! I just hit my finger on my keyboard.
Oh no! Please.
Oof! Ow! My literal bones. I'm gonna surveil one with the enter the battlefield trigger, and I'll put an island in the graveyard.
Seems like a good choice. I wish I could just throw lands in the graveyard.
Yeah, had that luxury. That would be nice.
Yeah,
you can. I bet you can. I believe in you.
Yeah.
I'll just keep playing value cards, I guess, and play a Solemn Simulacrum. And when it enters play, I'm going to search my library for a basic land and put it under the play tapped. And I guess when this dies, I can draw a card. And then I guess I'll just pass.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Oh, okay. Well, it's not that bad. Cabal Coffers.
You've drawn so many cards. Well, and it is a swamp.
Yeah.
There are, in fact, multiple swamps on your board.
Everything you have is swamps.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Just, again, for the record.
Correct. Yeah. I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to bring out my 2 idiot twins, Gisa and Geralf.
And what do they do again? Could you remind me?
So when they enter the battlefield, I put the top 4 cards of my library into my graveyard, and then during each of my turns, I may cast a zombie creature card from my graveyard.
Got it. Cool.
So we're going to put Diabolic Edict, Mortuary Mire, Noxious Ghoul, and Falconwrath Noble into the graveyard.
I'm sorry, the answer we were looking for was Bojuka Bog into your graveyard. Bojuka Bog. You're gonna have to try that one again.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
You mean a Crypt Breaker?
Okay, I'm going to tap my Pillar of Origins and cast a Crypt Breaker from my graveyard. And then I will pass a turn.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can find a land. Ooh, a Temple of the False God.
Wow,
that is
literally
nice
right on
That's
time.
right on time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Oh, well, that means that we're going to, for 6 mana.
Oh,
Ooh, I didn't think I was actually gonna get to do this. Rooftop Storm.
Oh, shit.
Hey! So
for the folks at home, Rooftop Storm is an enchantment, and I may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for zombie creature spells I cast. So all zombies are free now.
For you.
Yes. No, yeah, for me. your zombies still cost something. And I'm going to begin with the now unnecessary cost reduction from Undead Warchief. So zombie spells I cast cost 1 less, which doesn't matter. And, well, actually, technically, that also would count for any non-creature zombie spells, but I don't think I'm actually running any. And then zombies I control also get +2/+1. And then I'm also going to toss out a Death Baron. So skeleton creatures and other zombie creatures I control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch.
Yep.
So that's actually going to, unfortunately, that's going to be my turn. I
bummer.
Well,
I have
sorry, Alex.
Yeah. I'm just going to resolve one of the most powerful enchantments for a zombie deck with no green or white players at the
And then
table.
go directly into 2 lords.
I've got only 2 words for the table. Target acquired.
Target acquired.
I mean, there's a Feldon with haste over there and a Warstorm Surge, so I don't think
guess where it's coming, baby.
I can guess.
Don't you worry about it. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to go to my turn, draw my card. Wheel of Fate ticks down, so it goes to 3 turns now until it's fate time. And I'm going to play a card this one is, unlike sometimes people say this is, I think in every sense of the word, a group hug card. I'm going to play Gyro Reach Sanitarium, which for 2,
nice.
Each player draws a card and then discards a card. Maybe I'll really hate that I've done that, but it is what's here. And currently it's the cheapest way for me to get
Everyone reaches forward and grabes their hand.
Yeah. And so first I'm going to tap 2 and I'm going to activate Gyro Reach Sanitarium.
All right. You all get to draw first?
Yeah, everyone gets to draw first. That is correct.
I'm going to discard Dread Return.
Oh.
I'm discarding a Grave Titan.
I'm discarding Psychotog.
Okay. And I'm going to discard It That Betrays.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Right.
Okay.
So then I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, and I'm going to replay Feldon. So Feldon comes back into play. Warstorm Surge will trigger, and I will now shoot probably Crypt Breaker. Unless Matt, you'd like to draw a card.
Wait, how much damage is that? What's the power on Feldon?
2.
It is not symmetric.
Say hello to Webster.
Hi, Webster. This is Webby Boy.
Hi, Webster.
Webster's my good big boy who I can't pick up right now because of this. So give me just 1 second.
She needs to.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no.
Oh my god, 1 second. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, so Feldon is here. Warstorm Surge is going to trigger, and I'm going to shoot the Crypt Breaker. Unless, Matt, you would like me to kill your Solemn, if you want it.
No, that's fine. No, I'd rather see like some of these zombies go away.
All right, so Crypt Breaker down. Yeah. Then because it has haste, I'm going to tap 3, and I'm going to make an artifact token copy of It That Betrays.
Yep.
And I didn't really say what It That Betrays does, but now it feels pretty pertinent. It's a 12 mana 11/11 that has Annihilator 2 that says whenever this creature attacks, defending player sacrifices 2 permanents, and it also says whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. So let's go ahead and get frisky here. First off, Warstorm Surge is going to trigger, and I'm going to shoot, I think, Death Baron? Yeah.
Death Baron is down.
Death Baron down. And then I'm absolutely going to attack you, Alex, with It That Betrays.
In that case, we are going to give you... The problem is I have non-zombie things like the Scarab God and things that I need lands for. And so the play is actually probably to give you the Rooftop Storm just so I stop being a target for everybody. Yeah, I think the play is to give you a Rooftop Storm and a Cellar Door.
Sure. Sweet.
You basically have a house now.
That's true. This is great.
That's literally free real estate.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to block It That Betrays with Undead War Chief.
All right, so then It That Betrays stuff is all going to trigger. I'm going to get a Rooftop Storm, which I have...
And a Cellar Door.
And can't forget that. And can you read again for me what the fuck Cellar Door actually is?
For 3 mana, you tap it. Target player puts the bottom card of their library into their graveyard. If it's a creature, you get a 2/2 zombie.
Okay, so I'm just going to hide this Rooftop Storm underneath my Warstorm Surge because it will never come into play.
They're both storms.
Yeah, there's a lot of storming going on over there. And then let me go ahead and grab a card that will just be flipped upside down that is also my Cellar Door.
You mean you're not prepared with a Cellar Door?
I'm really not. And then I'll move to my end step where I have to sacrifice it. And that's all for me. And I will pass the turn to you, Matt.
Okay, so on your end step, I'm going to cast another cool new Guilds of Ravnica card. I'm going to tap 2 mana, which is not how much it says in the top line. I'm going to cast Price of Fame, and I'm targeting those terrible, terrible twins. On Shinkari's board. This card is an instant, and it says destroy target creature, but it also says this spell costs 2 less to cast, 2 generic less to cast if it targets a legendary creature. So I personally think it's pretty sweet in this format. And then it also says Surveil 2, which is that mechanic we talked about earlier. So I'm going to do that.
Hi. I would like to make at least a little bit of a thing here.
Yes.
Feldon over there.
I'm aware of Feldon.
Has done a lot more BS than Gisa.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I think he probably has an answer to what I'm doing, but would also like you to not do what you need to do. Yeah,
I just like need to be somewhat mana efficient, and it seems like you getting like some creatures just faux free is pretty busted. So
this is not faux free.
Well,
I was the one with the Rooftop Storm.
It's faux price.
It's some good value. And I think that Feldon getting haste from the Warstorm Surge just sort of disincentivizes me from wanting to kill it right now when he's got like 12 mana available.
It's the anger that's giving it haste. Yeah.
And wouldn't it be great if there was like a card that could like exile cards from graveyard?
Look, I don't know why you're talking to me about that, because that's
I don't know. Wouldn't that be great if I could?
I'm gonna surveil too.
If it was like,
I'm gonna put Animate Dead in the graveyard. And do I want to draw this card? No, I actually don't want that right now. I'm gonna put Lightning Greaves in the graveyard, and I will move to my untap step. Upkeep. I'm going to do nothing and then draw. For my draw step, not in my upkeep. Just so everyone's aware.
Just in case.
Right. So 21 is the amount of commander damage you have to deal to somebody.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, trust me.
Nobody's got blockers.
Oh no, I'm well aware what's coming.
So, how many cards does everyone have in their hands? I guess I should just do my due diligence here.
3.
6.
6.
6 and 6. Okay. We almost had a spooky number there, everybody.
Wow.
Oh, hey.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. And Pat, you've only got 2. Is that 2 mana or is that just 1 but reduced by 1?
It's 2 mana.
Okay.
I have 2 mana available.
Yeah. I'm gonna attack. Pat?
Right. Now
I'm attacking you with Lazav.
Matt, I don't know what good it will do me, but I would like to point out that one time very recently, your life was in my hands, and I thought, I tried to say
this is the worst political campaign you've ever had, because that was like the worst help.
Well, to be fair, I did warn you. I did.
Well, I didn't have it was sort of, coercion isn't really help. It's just sort of coercion, actually.
So I will say though, at least this time I have something that I can, or rather some things that I can offer you.
Okay, and tell me about that.
Well, I can tell you what it is. So I have this card, Warstorm Surge. I've got a few other cards in my hand that aren't, well, I'll be honest with you, they're not as good as this one. This is probably about as good as it gets.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
That's pretty good. So what I can promise you is not only total immunity from any of my stuff, and I do mean that, but you can even choose where these Warstorm Surge targets go until you have to be the person that we have to fight each other.
Pat, that seems like a very, very generous offer.
Yeah. No, I don't expect you're going to take it, but I figure I can throw it all out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, so let me just ask this. What does Oversold Cemetery do?
Oversold Cemetery is the beginning of my upkeep. If I have 4 or more creature cards in my graveyard, I may return target creature card from my graveyard to my hand. Got it.
So let's just move back to my beginning of combat stat.
Sure.
Yes.
Right. And then I'm going to attack Lazav at Pat.
Okay. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, cool. No blocks?
you know, buddy, I'm fresh out.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Entomb.
Okay.
I'm gonna go search for a card and put it in the bin.
All right. Do you need me to come over there and help you shuffle?
Thanks, Dad. I got
it.
Okay. So I'm gonna put Vector Asp into my graveyard.
Oh yeah, I know this. I know where this one's going.
Vector Asp is a 1-mana 1/1, which is a real powerful card, and it has an ability for 1 black mana. I can make Vector Asp gain Infect until end of turn. So I'm about to put a lot of abilities on the stack.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, you have to order it weird. So I'm actually going to first make a copy of Vector Asp. So Lazav is now a Vector Asp. I'm then going to pay a black mana and put the ability on the stack that the Vector Asp gains Infect until end of turn. Then, in response to that, holding priority through all this, I'm going to pay 3 more mana. And I'm going to copy Psychotog with Lazav. So now with this ability on the stack, this is a Psychotog. So it's a 1/2 with the abilities discard a card from your hand. Psychotog gets +1/+1 until end of turn, or remove 2 cards in your graveyard from the game. Psychotog gets +1/+1. So I am going to discard 1 card. So this is +1/+1. Here, I'll do this. 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, 5, 6. And these are all going on the stack. 7. So we're at 7. 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. I guess I don't need to do the full 10, but we're doing it. 10 +1/+1 things on the stack with also the Vector Asp thing. So this is going to get +10/+10 and then get Infect.
Oh, absolutely, it will.
Okay, and that'll deal Infect damage to Pat.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay. This kills Pat.
I'm poisoned as fuck.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But we all still have 30 life, and I think that's cool.
It's truly incredible. It's a miracle of science. How we got here.
there's a nice imagery here. There you go. Well, good luck, everybody.
I guess with that, I'll pass the turn.
All right. Untap. I'm going to play a swamp.
Oh, that's the spookiest swamp you've played by far. I gotta say, that would get my vote.
Agreed.
I think his island was the spookiest swamp he played.
Yeah, I'm going to tap Cabal Coffers for 5. And I'm going to tap one more, have a blue. I'm going to cast Havengal Lich.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
That's a fun one.
And so for one generic, I may cast target creature card from my graveyard this turn.
Graveyard.
From a graveyard, yes. When you cast that card this turn, Havengal Lich gains all activated abilities of that card until end of turn. So I currently have one floating, and I'm going to use that and targeting Withered Wretch. Oh, sorry. I have to pay one. You may cast target creature card, so I'm going to target Withered Wretch. Right. And then going to cast Withered Wretch.
Yep, yeah, it's all there.
So that is my turn.
Okay, my turn. Upkeep. I happen to have 4 creature cards in my graveyard. Thanks, everybody, for the help. So, Oversold Cemetery is going to return Nezumi Grave Robber to my hand. Let's...
Right.
Now, wait a minute.
let the graveyard hosing arms race begin again. And then I'll draw for my turn. What are the stats on Withered Wretch?
2/2.
Oh, actually, never mind. That doesn't matter.
Okay. That's not spooky at all.
No, I made a stupid mistake in my head when thinking about what would happen. Leader of card costs 2 mana, right?
It does, yeah.
Oh my god. I think I'm dying no matter what if you decide to kill me this turn. That's unfortunate.
I don't have to decide to kill you this turn.
That's kind of what I would hope.
Work together to make that not happen.
Well, you will have to decide.
Not this turn.
I can offer you zombie tokens. I can.
Wait, how does that work?
I do have this Curse of Disturbance in hand, which whenever you attack the cursed player, you and I would both get 2/2 zombies.
That's kind of cute.
Hey, I don't like that.
Right, what else you got? We're working on deals here.
Nezumi Grave Robber could always target cards in the other player in the not your player's graveyard.
Right. Like what? Like what do you think you would target with that?
Yeah.
Tell me your secrets.
The problem is
Come on, be neighborly.
The problem is I don't think there's any way this ends well for either me or Shinkari.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Nice artwork there, Patrick.
What are you talking about? I didn't... What the... How did it get here? Guys, I'm serious. This is the weirdest. I was just like kind of zoning out because I'm out of the game, and then I don't know what came over me.
Yeah,
that's so fucked up.
To be fair, I have 1 card in hand, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in my graveyard that I don't need. So I literally can't do the same thing I just did to Pat to you.
Well, you do have Hatred in hand, so you can. You have one of us.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. One of us could continue on if you decided to kill the other.
Yeah.
I think for safety's sake, I do need to play Nezumi Grave Robber. That was the choice I made with Oversold Cemetery. And then I'm going to pass the turn.
I'm going to transmute a Dimir Infiltrator. And what transmute does, this is a really just super weird ability. It says pay a certain mana cost. In this case, it's 1 black-blue. And then discard this card. Search your library for a card with the same converted mana cost as this card. It's 2, not 3, even though I'm paying 3. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Play this only as a sorcery. So I'm going to put Dimir Infiltrator, which is an unblockable 1/3, into my graveyard.
I actually really like transmute. I think transmute is a cool mechanic.
I do think it's incredibly... There's like a lot of people... I don't think enough people give Wizards credit for like well-designed mechanics, and like when things feel good and like how that affects your gameplay, because like you were talking about Surveil, right? And Surveil feels great because you always get to choose a good outcome, right? Whatever's the best outcome for you is something you get to do. Transmute is weird as hell for the simple reason that the thing that you tutor is not equal to the cost that you pay. Like in my mind, it's always incredibly weird when someone transmutes Teleria West or transmutes this thing, right? Because you're just like, because there's a transmute wall in Arcades, and it's like they're just the most bizarre thing that you just pay this cost, and then you're like, what the fuck am I looking for in my deck? Why does it get me this thing? I don't know, Matt. Maybe you have another criticism of it, but I agree that there's a
transmute.
Yeah.
I just think for me, it's sort of a. I mean, my experience with it is generally negative.
Okay.
Which I totally recognize why it's a neat idea. But it's always been sort of confusing to me that the transmute is different than the converted mana cost. For instance, I literally thought that I was going to go get a 3-drop at this time. It's fine. I'm still going to get a 2-drop, and that's good. But it's just one of those things where the templating is strange to me. But it's not a big problem. Yeah,
I mean, it'd be a lot easier, like, say, really well-designed mechanics have just numbers put on them. And, let's say if we were talking about the greatest mechanic, it started with a D and ended
Shinkari,
with a
I'm
wretch.
Already dead.
And
why would you do this?
Why would you dredge up these feelings?
I'm sorry, is someone talking? I can't hear. Is someone?
Damn, dude, that's kind of brutal.
I'm sorry. I'm over here in the afterlife, like your chances of ever winning a game.
Oh my god! I don't know.
The lands.
Maybe I hear karma. I hear karma coming from over here. Maybe it's coming from over here. Maybe it's coming from over here.
Oh,
yes,
that's your tribal deck. I love it.
Look, I would love to play a 1v1 commander game with you. How do you feel about that?
Wow. Wow.
While I'm certain I would lose such a game, I would also be happy to try it.
Okay. Can I get some sort of like guarantee in any way, shape, or form that you're not going to like completely ruin my day by interacting with me on this turn? I promise you will survive and untap your cards, and then you can do whatever the hell you want, and that's cool with me, man.
I will not interfere with you killing Shinkari. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Wow.
So I'm transmuting, and I'm going to go get Demonic Tutor. I'm going to cast Demonic Tutor.
Okay, yeah. What happened to I might lose that 1v1 commander game? What happened to that?
That doesn't mean I'll tap out right now.
Okay, so I'm going to go search my library for a card, reveal it, and put it in my hand. Or I don't have to reveal it.
You don't have to.
In fact, I'm going to reveal it.
Okay.
I assume it'll be being played this turn. So.
Yeah. It will come into play and then be in the graveyard. I'm going to cast Phyrexian Dreadnought for 1 mana. And Phyrexian Dreadnought is a real fair card. It's a 1 mana 12/12 with trample. But it also says when it comes into play, sacrifice any number of creatures with total power of 12 or more, or bury Phyrexian Dreadnought, which means put it in the graveyard. And 1, 2, 3. I'll just bury it, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
And I have 1 mana floating.
Yeah.
So I have two mana or 1 mana floating from Soul Ring.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tap another one. So I have blue-black. I'm gonna copy Dimir Infiltrator with Lazav's ability.
Yes.
Cool. Yep.
I'm gonna attack Shinkari. It's unblockable.
Okay.
Cool. So before damage, I'm going to tap 1 and copy Vector Asp. That's the 1 mana 1/1 with the ability to give itself Death Touch. And then I'm going to put its ability to give itself Death Touch on the stack.
Yes.
And then I'm going to copy Phyrexian Dreadnought.
If by Death Touch, do you mean...
Infect, actually. Yeah, which is Death Touch in this case.
Yes.
But Infect,
Lose touch.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so now it's a 12/12 with Infect.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. Which you only need 10 to die.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I am quite aware.
And Shinkari, I only say that for the audience, not for you. I know you're aware. I'm not trying to pander or make anyone... Yeah, so anyway, okay.
So are you done with your... so Lazav right now is a copy of Phyrexian Dreadnought?
Yeah, it's a 12/12 with Infect currently. And I think it's just until end of turn. Yeah. So.
Right. It's the Infect should only be until end of turn.
Yeah. And then I'll move to my end step and then pass the turn.
Okay, so end of your turn, now that Shinkari is dead, I'm going to exile 2 things from your graveyard.
Which 2 things would you like to exile?
Let's go with the Luterial Core and the Dimir Infiltrator.
Sure thing. Sounds good. These are exiled straight to hell.
Okay.
Get him
now I will go for my turn.
You gotta get him out of here.
I like that my exile pile is actually bigger than my graveyard.
I
haven't even been
tried.
I haven't even been bought
I
yet.
like that too. I gotta be honest.
I'm gonna play a swamp and
He's popping off.
Yeah.
Let's see, can this work?
Your Oversold Cemetery doesn't work?
No, I was down to three. I was down to three creatures. Yeah,
I was like, they're all creatures.
Yeah, that's soul ring.
That was the bad omen, man.
Just staring at me. Just staring at me.
Speaking of Omen, I'm sponsored by Omen by HP, Hewlett-Packard's gaming brand. If you'd like to buy any Omen by HP products, this show is technically sponsored by them because they sponsor me. They don't know that. Please don't tell them.
Hey, Pat.
But they are.
I was wondering about buying new gaming equipment, and I was wondering about what your experience is with HP by... Oh, shit. Fuck. Let's try that again.
HP by...
You know what's funny, Pat, is this is not the first time I've tried to do this and then immediately fucked up. This is why I would never be a successful content creator.
I have practiced it so much.
Hey, Omen by HP, it good.
Yeah. I want to say something here.
Yeah.
Those of you who might know a little game called League of Legends know that there's a North American team named Cloud9 in the quarterfinals of that world tournament. That's never happened in the history of the world tournament. But you know what else is important?
They're the semifinals.
You know what else is important about Cloud9? They're sponsored by Omen by HP, Hewlett-Packard's gaming brand. You can see it on the top left and top right shoulders of their jerseys. Just like this show. That means that by supporting this show and Cloud9, transitively you're supporting one another. So this shit better get like 10 million more subscribers.
Well, I mean, that technically means you're a part of C9.
That is true. That's actually...
Congratulations on the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm actually at Worlds right now. I'm filming this from Busan. That is what a lot of people don't know.
I don't think what I drew is going to help the situation at all. I think this is. I'll play a card and then I'll concede through you killing me.
Okay. I will. Oh, sorry.
I'll
let
add
the man play his card, Matt.
I'm sorry. I thought. My bad.
I'll add 6 toughness worth of creatures to the board in the form of Liliana's Mastery, and then let you kill me. Go ahead.
I'm gonna untap. And
this could be the sickest bluff of all time if you just have a fucking bounce spell. By the way.
Damn, that would be pretty rude.
I would cut the tape right now and you would be the winner. Like that would be
So okay, so Shinkari I killed through Infect. Pat, did I also kill you?
You've also killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I killed you 3 times.
You didn't assemble Tron.
I really am actually worried about a counterspell now that you said it. How many cards are in your hand?
There are only 3 cards.
Okay, how many of them are counterspell?
None.
Oh, okay.
Well, none of them can be literal counterspell. They could be disdainful stroke.
Right.
It could
be
how many of them arcane denial, swan song.
You know what? Y'all are spooking me. I'm going to
spooky. You say?
I'm gonna sack Mindstone and draw a card just to make sure I have an extra out.
Are you afraid of a counterspell? I mean, realistically, he can't win the game even if it is, right? Like, you just kill him again. It's a different
I'll attack with Lazav. It's a 12/12 currently.
I'm going to block with my 6 toughness worth of zombies.
Okay, so 6 commander damage is what is presently going to come through.
The 1 extra toughness, not so much. And, like, if he's going to kill me over 6 toughness, he's going to kill me over 7.
I mean...
Pretty much.
Okay, I guess...
Also, the if I survive this turn, keeping the Nuzumi Grave Robber is useful.
Cameron, can we literally get the card art for Hatred to slowly rise over Matt's board right now, like it's sneaking into play?
With that being said, I'm going to cast Hatred.
The fact that that's an instant is ridiculous. I have.
Cool. I'll pay. So you have. Sorry, how much toughness in play?
6.
6 is what's blocking. So 12 plus what's...
It's already resolved. Just fucking pay 29.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay 29.
Gut shot.
29 life and go to 1. And I'll deal combat damage to you. Commander damage, not infect, because that's
that does kill me.
Well, GG's everybody.
Quick!
That kills the Alex.
Get something out of his graveyard with Nizumi. Don't let him have the last thing. Fucking do it.
Get that dreadnought out of here.
Oh, shit.
Goodbye. It's like,
wait. Do you have no cards left in your graveyard? Do I get to flip Zumi graveyard?
Close. I still do have some. Yeah.
Darn.
it was right there. It almost made it. All right, GG's everybody.
Thank you.
Oh,
GG.
man, One Punch Man.
Did it. And so ends another fantastic, incredibly hilarious, perfect, handsome, beautiful, fun, amazing game of Friendetta. But it doesn't have to end just yet. If you haven't seen all of the episodes, you can click on the playlist here, and you can see them all. You can watch them in any order because you're watching this desynced from time, pre-recorded anytime that you like. Or if you've seen them all, then maybe you can see them all again, or find a friend and watch them together with those, maybe a play group. Anyways, this show and all of my recordings and all of my creations, rather, are powered by Patreon. You can see the patrons scrolling by your screen right there. Friendetta uploads every single Monday, whether it's very early or in some cases very late. But either way, if you're watching this on a Monday, then that means you are one of the first people to see it. If you're watching it later in the week, it means you have only a few short days until the next installment. I'm Scarizard. We are the Friendetta crew, and I appreciate your watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. We'll see you next week.